watching Good Day Columbus on Fox 28.
9:30 now on your Tuesday. You know, everybody likes a day at the beach or the pool. It can actually be a whole lot of fun as long as you play it safe out there. Just have a good time, but be safe.
So true. It just takes a couple of minutes and, you know, something tragic could happen. Right. So a little precaution is going to go a really long way. And Lisa Armitage is with us with the Goldfish Swim School in Dublin, and she's joining us to give us some of those hints, how we can stay safe in the pool.
Great. Thanks for having me.
One of the reasons that we wanted to do this today was there's something running around on the internet, and it's been making the rounds on social media called dry drowning or secondary drowning.
Right.
And it struck us as really odd. What is that?
So dry drowning is basically when you're in the water and your child goes under for an extended period of time and they come up and, you know, it's an emergency type situation. Everything seems to be okay. The children get home, they get somewhere away, and then they start having these symptoms. The water is in their lungs, and then they're having issues. They need to go to the hospital or the doctor.
So it's a while after they've been out of the water.
Absolutely.
But
it can be up to
24 hours in their
hours.
lungs now.
Yes.
Okay.
So that what you would just recommend that they get secondary kind of medical attention in the event you think they've revived, but they may have taken in a lot of water.
Absolutely. If you sense anything's going on with your children, take them to the doctor, take them to urgent care, the hospital.
That's good to know.
After they've been through that kind of experience, get them checked out.
Absolutely.
Sure.
Bottom line, we want to avoid that in the first place.
Yes.
So you have brought some kind of new gadgets. I haven't seen a lot of these. Can you explain how these are going to help us keep our kids safe?
Absolutely. Well, the first thing I'd like to talk about is our life jackets here. So the most important thing with a life jacket, absolutely, is that they're U.S. Coast Guard approved.
Okay.
We recommend that. We don't recommend a specific brand, but we say U.S. Coast Guard approved. Look inside the life jacket. On the life jacket, you're going to see that there's a certain weight, and that should really be followed. So, you know, make sure the jacket fits snugly.
Yeah.
Make sure all the buckles, if it needs to go through the legs, make sure it's going through the legs. Make sure that there's accessible and on your children anytime you're near the water.
So we've gotten rid of the little arm thingies anymore, huh?
Well, those are still out there.
Water wings.
You know, a lot of parents have different philosophies. There's no one perfect life jacket. What we say is the important thing is to find one, you know, that's U.S. Coast Guard approved, that works for your child, that's going to fit them properly and, you know, prevent anything from happening.
And you're allowed to use these in pools?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Huh. And what are some of the other gadgets?
I know the water wings.
This is what Marshall wants to look at.
Looks like
Absolutely, yes. So these are our barbells, and what we use them for when we teach swim lessons is, you know, we'll have children put their arms over the barbell, they put their face down, they get those nice kicks. We want to teach children to be parallel on the water, because what happens is if they come up like this, they get into a point where then they're trying to catch their breath.
Panic.
So we teach them to be parallel to the water, then they can roll on their back to breathe, to be in a safe position. So this, they can put their arms out, they can put their arms over,
They
you know,
feel
they
safe,
can practice. Yes.
Right. They can, without getting into a panic, they feel good. I
Yes.
love the rubber ducky.
The rubber ducky, that's my favorite. What we use here is the rubber ducky is to teach children, if they're in the water, they fell in, to turn around and grab the nearest point, the wall behind them. So we put the rubber duckies behind the children, we bring them in, and they turn around and tell like a peekaboo. Peekaboo, oh, there's a ducky. So they associate positive things when they turn around and grab that wall. So it's kind of conditioning them, if they fell in, to turn around and look for Mr. Ducky.
Okay.
Now, what age kids are we talking here?
We start swim lessons, and I encourage swim lessons for any child 4 months and older, whenever they have independent head and neck control. Yes.
Really?
Yes.
Wow. So are you of the school that you can take a little one and dunk them under the water, and you blow in their face, dunk them under the water, they come up?
It's progressed a little bit, but
Okay.
absolutely, you know, we're real gentle. Mom and dad are in there with them at 4 months, and, you know, we want to get them acclimated to the water. You know, we start a little bit slower, then eventually those children are going under, turn around, grabbing the wall, learning how to climb out of the pool as well.
Most importantly, so they can save
Safety.
themselves
Absolutely.
if they fall in.
Well, we've seen kickboards around for a long time. How are these different?
Right, so with our kickboards, we have them for our younger students and our older students. We teach them, you know, put the kickboards on their back, chin up, and they get comfortable kicking on their back. We also have it out in front of them. So we want to encourage, again, that nice long body position, you know, parallel on the water, so that they're in a position where they can breathe in an emergency, but also that they're swimming properly.
Okay.
And they feel comfortable that way. So again, they're not panicking
Absolutely.
while they're in the water. And what
Yes.
is this?
So these are our rings. We work with those two ways. One way is we kind of throw it out in the water and teach the children to get comfortable going under, grabbing, and then coming up. But with our little ones, we actually have them grab onto the rings, and we do little bounces across the pool, and it helps their strength in their hands and their grip. So when mom or dad is kind of pulling, then their hands are getting stronger. If they need to climb out of a pool, they need to grab onto things, we're working on that, on the muscles.
And, you know, for a while there, too, dive sticks became very controversial because kids were getting hurt. They sit vertically in the water,
Yeah.
and kids were diving in on those, and they could almost get impaled, that kind of thing.
Right.
So I think things like this are brilliant
Wow.
because you don't have that issue anymore.
Right,
And
absolutely.
I see swim fashion here too.
So there's a swim fashion, but this is also a safety point as well. So these are reusable swim diapers. We encourage reusable swim
wow.
diapers in all pools because it holds any of the messy stuff in. If that gets out, they could have to shut down a pool. There's
Right.
bacteria. It could make people sick. So with the reusables, they fit
Reusable
snugger.
diapers.
It keeps everything in there. Keeps cleaner water, clean baby. It's also better for the environment and easier on the pocketbook.
So you don't Caddyshack it.
I'm more worried about the
Exactly.
55-year-old men that are swimming around.
She
And we've
means
got them built into bathing suits, and we've got the diapers. So we
Gotcha.
definitely recommend
Got
those.
it
it
all
wasn't
covered.
my fault. I swear.
This one time.
It was a candy bar.
Well, great. And can you buy some of these things for your own home purposes?
Absolutely.
Okay.
You know, the safety-wise, I always say life jackets. These are more teaching tools, a really preventative measure to get those children to be comfortable in the water, to prevent things from happening in the future. And, you know, again, swim lessons, you can never start too young or too old. It's really important to get children
right.
comfortable in the water, aware of their surroundings to prevent anything from happening.
Lisa, thank you very much.
Thank
we
you.
appreciate it. Thank you for the time today.
Thanks.
X Factor time.
Pretty exciting. We've been teasing this a while now. X Factor, it has to be one of the best challenges on TV. Alex and Sierra, they were the big winners of this TV Sing show.
But today they are here with us. They are going to sing their brand new single, Scarecrow, coming up right here on Good Day Columbus.